The fantasy football guy is going to be talking some UFC today because we got some big matchups to talk about. We got some news to look at here that's rather important. Before you get in, click that subscribe button if you like this sort of thing. So I know to keep it up, Sean O'Malley might be jumping the line. Here when it comes to opportunity for the championship belt. When it comes to getting that second defense. Is that something that people want? Is that something us diehards want? Sean O'Malley versus Merab again. Do we even want to see that fight again? I don't want to see that fight again. I think Sean O'Malley is going to be cooked. That sugar is going to be great. I think it's done. I think Merab's going to school him. I think he's going to cook him pretty early. He's going to take him down. It's going to be over. I don't think a second match, a rematch with Merab is going to look well for Sean O'Malley. Now we're thinking about this way. You got this star, Sean O'Malley. You're trying to make him the next big thing. The UFC's trying to fight to get some new stars, some new blood up there in the top. They got something here with Sean O'Malley, but the diehards see it. The other UFC fans who just tune in, maybe here and there, maybe watch it or look at the news or look for the highlights on Twitter or TikTok or whatever, that they're looking forward to this. They want to see O'Malley in the big scene, getting the title shots. They want to see that. We all know he's jumping the line. What is legitimate of having the belt anyways anymore? Is there legitimacy to that anymore? However, Merab's going to school him. And the shine of O'Malley is going to take a huge hit if this happens. It's going to take a huge hit. And future matchups after that, it's going to be hard to make. You can make some matchups down the line that are fun. Big money matchups, no. Big money matchups, this would really take out the shine, I believe. I think O'Malley going up against Merab, I don't think that's a good look. I think Dana is trying to cash in on this name. I think Dana is. Dana knows that the hardcores do not want this. We do not want this match. They want to fight each other, and I think people want to see it. I'd watch any fight, but I'm not watching this one. I think the legitimacy of rankings and belts, we're throwing that out the window. We're really hurting that. And now we're looking at this future matchup. But we got some good things, fellas. We got some good things. Now, the thing is, we're looking at Michael Chandler with the Dana White privilege. Michael Chandler with Dana White privilege. And there were talks of him and Arman Tsyarukian. That, thank God, didn't happen. Thank God. Michael Chandler versus Arman Tsyarukian. That would have been Dana White privilege for sure. But now, we get to see some Paddy Pimblett action here. Paddy Pimblett might get chinned early on. However, this is a favorable fight for a guy like Paddy Pimblett, who's trying to climb those rankings. And Michael Chandler, being a gatekeeper here, trying to get a good matchup on the way. This is a great matchup. This is going to be a fun one to watch. I think these two will be damn good dancing partners. Damn good dancing partners when you're looking at this. I think Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett together. When I think about this fight, it's rather technical. I think Pimblett might edge this one out. When was the last time Chandler really rocked anybody? How long has that been? How long? I know we waited for a long time for McGregor, but how long has that been? It's been a while. It's been a while. But now we're looking at Volkanovski Lopez. Illia's gone. Illia's gone. He's going to 155. We got to figure this out. We got to figure this out for featherweight. Volk comes in. How's that chin doing, Volk? How's that chin doing? Lopez is going to find that if you're chinny, bro. It's going to find it, man. If you're chinny right now, if we're on the down end, Lopez is going to figure that out. This is going to be a huge litmus test. Volk, we got to get into the wrestling, dude. We got to go in on the takedowns here. We got to bring it back. I want to see a Volk win. I want to see a Volk win. I want to see the comeback Volk. I want to see that happen. Lopez, though, we're on the hot right now. I know I want to see him versus Illia. It ain't going to happen. The power's there, though. The power's there. We catching Volk, and that chin's gone. We're going to know. we're going to know. This is the match where we know whether or not Volk is here for a long time, or is it just a good time, and now we're into the final stages. This is the match. This is the match. Lopez, Volk, I'm scared. I'm scared. Aren't you scared? Volk just coming in, looking good, saying everything in the press conferences, into the lead up. We get in there. Starts off pretty good. We're dancing. Lopez catches him. Gets dropped. We're pounding him out. It's over. Ref's got to break it up. And you see Volk sitting there. And we don't want to see that. That's why I'm scared. We have potential for that because I can't measure where that chin's at. I can't. But I do want to see the fight. I'm scared of the results. Chandler, Pimblett, great booking. I was really scared that Chandler was going to get the Dana White privilege. That was scaring me more than ever. But we got to move on. Ilia Topuria. This just dropped like not too long ago. Not going to want to fight Arman Tsyarukian. Not interested in that. What's really the matchup to make? Like, if we were really fighting for the belt, I think that would have been made. It might be a negotiating tactic. It might be still in the works with Islam. I know there's a guy looking for a retirement fight right now that's looking for a dancing partner that could be rather fun, that could test the boxing, and he would love to have his boxing tested. Good legacy fight for both fighters here. What about little Dustin Poirier, Ilia Topuria? What about that being the crossover fight from featherweight to 155 before we fight Islam? When are we going to see Islam again? That is the question. Are we going to see him soon? Or is it going to be later in the year? That is another question to look at here. I believe Ilia Topuria is chomping at the bit to get in there. The weight cut's going to be easier for him to go to 155. Arman, what's his dancing partner? It's DuBronx, right? Charles Oliveira. I want to see that again. But we're looking at Islam Makhachev. How long is he going to wait for all this to play out? We're going to test up the 170. There's a lot of ambiguity here. Ilia Topuria. If we don't get the title fight, which logistically makes sense right now, just name-wise, number-wise, money-wise, just to cash in while it's hot. What if he gets chinned by Dustin Poirier? Dustin Poirier's boxing's good. I'm not saying that as a take or as a call. What if that happens? What happens to the potential matchup of Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev? What happens to that? Because that's huge money. That's big money. That is the money that people are going to throw down, make the UFC a ton of cash. They're trying to get that done. I bet you they're a little bit sad they can't keep him at featherweight because you got a lot of matchups there to make. But you got a fun 155 division now, adding him into the mix because Dustin Poirier is going into the sunset. Gaethje's not going to be there too much longer either. Adding him to the mix with 155 always being the action class. This is going to be a fun one. Ilia Topuria, Dustin Poirier, if we do not get the Islam fight. I think we're going to try and strand out and try to negotiate to get that Islam fight right now. Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier is what I want to see middle of summer. I think those two could be good dancing partners. I think he can draw a lot of money. I think Dustin Poirier on the way out, if he takes the L, it's going to be a noble L. And Topuria can build off that. That can really sell him to Islam Makhachev. And Islam Makhachev versus Topuria is what I want to see. That's what everybody wants to see. That is the big match to make. Besides Aspinall and John Jones. We'll get into that later. But the big thing I want to hit on right now is I do not want to see this. I hope this does not get made. This doesn't follow through. This doesn't happen. On top of that, you're going to kill Sugar Sean O'Malley. You're just going to kill it. You're putting him up to slaughter to make a few extra bucks with this matchup. You're putting him up to slaughter because you don't have top stars. We got to get these cards going. You're putting one of your guys up to slaughter, but maybe when you're playing the matchups in your head, maybe we got to do it now before it does happen on a lower level or at a level where it doesn't draw as much money, especially with Merab there. If they want to fight, let them go. I'll watch it. But still, I think that's going to kill Sugar Sean O'Malley. I don't see him having a chance in this match. I just do not see this happening. And maybe now's just the time to strike logistically for them. I'll watch. I know a lot of people will tune in just because of Sugar Sean O'Malley. But I think you're going to be hurting one of your stars in the process. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.